The Isaiah Factor Uncensored starts right now.
And welcome to The Factor Uncensored, and thanks for joining us. Congresswoman Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez is dealing with a racist and sexist-ass troll in real life. She posted and later deleted a video of an anti-abortion activist harassing her in Washington, D.C. Now, while she was walking into the Capitol, this happened.
AOC, you're my favorite big booty Latina. I love you, AOC. You're my favorite. She wants to kill babies, but she's still beautiful. You look very beautiful in that dress. You look very sexy. Look at that booty on AOC. That's my favorite big booty Latina.
Incredible, incredible. And he thought that was acceptable. The Congresswoman says she took this video down because she didn't want to encourage more of this behavior. Abortion rights still a very touchy subject. My guests come out swinging on this so-called right-wing comedian Alex Stein and his video. He was last seen, if you recall, rapping at a city council meeting in Texas about Ukraine, and we played it here on The Factor. In other words, he's a damn thirsty clout chaser.
Tony Diaz, you're coming to us from New York City today. Your thoughts on what you saw in that video?
Let me put it this way. I am here in AOC's backyard, and if homeboy was to disrespect AOC like that, I promise you, you want to talk about booties? He'd have got his butt kicked. And I know AOC was infuriated. She wanted to go Will Smith on him. I feel it. I feel the rage too, but I'm glad she held back because we got to learn from his mistakes. She got to take the high road and treat this clown like the third grader that he is. So hats off to AOC for taking the high road. And yet another right-wing Republican male objectifying women, denying their human rights, and making them feel miserable as they walk down the street. Terrible.
Angela Box, let's hear from you. Your thoughts on Alex Stein and his behavior. Will you consider it racist, going too far, classless?
No.
I
I mean, if we want to talk about racism, we can talk about what the First Lady said about Hispanics this week. So, I mean, let's not even go there. Look, AOC is one of those arrogant, narcissistic, and dumb members of Congress right now. She may not have a big booty, but she got a big mouth. And I think it's ironic that the left has their panties in a twist over this when literally their comrades in Antifa are posting on Twitter and Facebook asking people to tell them where conservative SCOTUS justices are so they can confront them. We've had assassinations attempts on Brett Kavanaugh. So no, this is yet another crybaby move by the left, and they should get used to this because the days of like being nice to these freaks are over.
At the heart of this discussion and this video is abortion. Your thoughts on what you heard in that video, State Representative Jolanda Jones?
So first of all, Republicans only love babies when they're in the womb because the second they drop out, they could give a care about them. But apart from that, the guy is a racist and the guy is a misogynist. And the truth is he doesn't have anything substantive, which is why he's resorted to name calling. And I'd like to say that I would put my hats off to AOC because she's better than me, because I'm certain that I would have challenged him, because I believe that we have to challenge racism and sexism every single solitary time it pops up its ugly head. But the guy also seems like he's trying to clout chase. And we absolutely need to protect the right to abortion because people should be able to control their bodies.
So, Angela, when you take a look at what Alex Stein put in that video, the way he addressed her, as a woman, you're not offended by that, someone calling you big booty?
No, look, the left, this is the irony of ironies. The left gets to say literally whatever they want to us. They get to do what they want us. They get to call Black conservatives Uncle Toms. They get to say people like me are hookers and whores and things like that. You can't imagine the things that people have said to me. So I just think, you know, AOC is a big girl, allegedly. I mean, I know she bartended a long time. She learned how to deal with some rough crowds. Again, she's extremely narcissistic. She's a big crybaby. She's made herself a target on purpose, and she's getting what she deserves because, again, she supports people who are trying to assassinate Supreme Court justices. She supports Antifa, period.
Tony, did you hear what Angela had to say, that the Congresswoman is getting what she deserved?
I've never heard AOC say anything disrespectful, dangerous, or that puts anyone in danger. Additionally, what I really am offended by is right-wingers on top of this are also in Texas attacking Lina Hidalgo, who's Harris County Commissioner up for election, better be reelected. the same way. They demean her, belittle her, objectify her, use racist comments against her, and it's tiring. I'm glad that video is going viral so that women can see that they're trying to elect right-wingers like that who disrespect women of all colors and deny them their human and basic rights. So hats off to AOC. I'm proud of Lina Hidalgo too for putting up with that same stuff, and I'm glad they're strong, smart women.
Yolanda, has that been an ongoing MO of conservatives to attack women of color?
That's what they do. I actually believe they're afraid of us, but I just find it the pot calling the kettle black when they talk about people calling names, because that is exactly what they do. And as a Black woman who's been called everything under the sun, you know, women have always had to put on their big girl panties and deal with these men who objectify us. And it's really sad when you have women supporting men who objectify women. And it was nothing more than a catcall to a member of Congress. And I don't know what Angela and others who think like her believe, because AOC is one of the smartest people that I know. And you can laugh about, and it sounds to me also that Angela is being a occupation snob, because she went to work every day as a bartender. She earned an honest living. And guess what? People who are bartenders and people who aren't professional deserve representation too.
Stop trying to change the subject, Yolanda.
I'm going to go back to
One second, Angela, we're going to come to you.
I'm going to go back to how Republicans try to distract you from what's important, and they want a name call. And we need AOC and others like her in Congress, because we've got to stop people like Angela and the likes of her from decimating all of our human rights, because we are going backwards in 2022 as opposed to moving forward.
Angela, let's hear from you. Let's get your response on that.
I mean, it's so typical of the left to try and gaslight you over here and bring the subject over here. No one is trying to take away basic human rights except for leftists. They want to get rid of free speech. They want to get rid of your ability to defend yourself. They want to kill babies up until 9 months, and sometimes as they're coming out of the womb, which is kind of the basic right to life that we all enjoy because we've already all been born. And I think it's remarkable. Again, I've mentioned this on your show before, the bloodlust that the left has for killing unborn babies. And also the fact that Yolanda and Tony and people like them, and by the way, side note, Lina Hidalgo is about to be indicted. You heard it here first. But the fact that these people have no problems with Supreme Court justices being targeted for assassination, they have no problem with that at all.
And before we wrap up, we have we're not privy to information on anything that's going to happen to Harris County Commissioner or County Judge Lina Hidalgo.
Opinion.
That's just a statement from Angela Box, and we know Angela Box.
And Brett Kavanaugh's a rapist.
Thank you.
Brett Kavanaugh.
Thank you guys for joining us here.